So Christmas has come and gone, and I wanted to share with you all a little project that I did a couple weeks ago to basically create my own custom cards to give with the gifts that I was giving out for Christmas. And the reason I did this is because I always have a tough time figuring out what card to give people with the gifts that I'm giving. And cards are a little bit corny and also expensive. It's like anywhere from $2 to $8 to $10 for some of these cards. And I figured why not give something handmade. I'm a creative person, and I spent a weekend day basically creating these cards, and I wanted to take you through the process of me creating these cards. So the first thing that I did in starting this project was basically going out and looking for some inspiration. So I went through Arena and looked at a bunch of different graphics and picked out a few that had the look and feel of something that I was looking to do for this specific project. I knew that I wanted to use my silhouette for this, so I was looking for pieces that had some interesting text and color block shapes happening in it, and I used that as inspiration before I went out and started looking for shapes. So once I had a general idea of the designs that I was looking to create, I basically just started looking for shapes. And I used Freepik to look for these abstract shapes. I could have easily created them on my own, but I wanted to do this within a day, so I looked for a bunch of abstract shapes on Freepik. I downloaded a few, and then I started generating PNGs of them to be able to import them into the Silhouette app in order to cut them out using my machine. I then started looking through a bunch of different fonts, and I wanted to do a bunch of different cutouts of Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas in different fonts just to play around with different designs in these cards. So I just wrote out Happy Holidays in a bunch of different fonts and had them also put in PNGs to be imported into the Silhouette app. Next, I started trying to figure out what the color palette of these cards were going to be, so I was looking through the vinyls that I already had for my silhouette to cut out back there, and I chose a few different primary colors to cut out the shapes in, and then also picking out some colors for the text, so I went with just standard black, and then I played around with this like pink foil for some of the text as well. So now that I had my vinyls ready and I had my templates ready, basically was just a matter of getting all of the shapes into Silhouette and then just cutting away and having my printer do the rest of the work in terms of doing all of the shapes and stickers. Once I had all of the vinyls ready and cut, it was now just a matter of peeling all the stickers off and just designing away. I kind of just let my intuition take over, and I was just taking a look at shapes and just randomly placing them onto the cards wherever they landed. That's pretty much where they landed, and it was just fun kind of creating these like randomly generated cards, and I could basically create any amount of cards. I had a bunch of these little 4x6 cardstock, and I basically used these window cutout cards, and I slipped in the little postcards into them so people would be able to take out the actual piece of art afterwards and be able to use that, maybe even be able to repurpose it and give it to somebody else if they wanted to. So that was it. I created a whole bunch of different card designs, and I think they came out pretty cool. I think they're a lot more unique and dynamic than just receiving a regular Hallmark card. And I think in the future, for future years, or even not even just for the holidays, I'd love to create a bunch of these different cards, not even using these stickers with the silhouette, but maybe even doing some painting and drawing on them for random occasions, even just like thank you cards and things like that. So maybe if you think about wanting to give away a bunch of cards that aren't just store-bought, you might want to consider doing this for yourself. I'll leave a link in the description for all of the materials that you might need to do this on your own. And yeah, it was a fun project, and I think my friends will be happy to have received a card that was handmade from myself instead of bought off of the shelf.